What's up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and today is another episode of Tester Tuesday, which is a weekly series of Scentsy review videos. I get to use up my stash and hopefully get to help you guys figure out if scents are going to work for you or not. And the fun part is you guys vote at the end of the video. So last week we had 330 votes, and in first place we have this white colored wax returning in January 2022 as a Bring Back My Bar. It is Blue Raspberry Ice. This one had 33% of the vote. In second place, we have a bar with a very dark green colored wax. This is upcoming scent of the month for December 2021, and it is Black Forest Pine. And that one had 26% of the vote. So let's talk about our first place scent for the week. It is Blue Raspberry Ice. On cold, right out of the package, it's about a medium intensity. It was last available in the January 2019 Bring Back My Bar, and it's coming back in January of 2022. I would put this in the citrus or fruity category. The scent description is, this fragrance recreates those perfect summer childhood moments with a stack of sweet cherry, icy white lemon, and blue raspberry. So it's kind of similar or based on one of those rocket pops with the red and the white and the blue, kind of like a popsicle. So I get mostly icy, sweet, tangy lemon. It's kind of light and airy, but it still throws well in the room. It's really nice. Then I get that blue raspberry, which is kind of like an artificial, juicy, fake scent. And it reminds me a little bit of, the blue raspberry part kind of reminds me a tiny bit of Blue Grotto, but obviously more food-based. And then the cherry. I don't get a lot of cherry. And in the past, I haven't gotten any cherry, but I actually picked up a tiny bit of cherry around hour 5 or 6, but it was definitely third in line, and it was more like a cherry, that taste that you would get from a cherry icy, or like a cherry lifesaver, something like that. Now on day 1, this did very well. We'll talk about performance here in a second. And on day 2, it was almost like a diluted icy or a diluted slushy. That's kind of the effect I get. But I have warmed this before when it first came out back in that previous Bring Back My Bar, and I remember liking it. So what I did was I took 2 cubes and I put them in the bedrooms on the upstairs level here. 2 in my room, strength and throw 7 out of 10. Ryan's room, also 7 out of 10. And my daughter's room, it wasn't as strong there, it was about 6 out of 10. Now in my room and my daughter's room, I left it going about 2 days. Not quite 48 hours, probably more around the 36-hour mark. In Ryan's room, I left it going about 2.5 days, maybe about 40 hours. His room's a little bit smaller, so it kind of locks in the scent a little bit better. But yes, day 1, it did very well and it just ticked along. And day 2, it felt like it was a diluted scent, probably about 3 or 4 out of 10 on day 2. So I think if you're someone that likes sweet, tangy scents that are very citrus, not quite effervescent, but kind of that light, airy feel, it kind of puts a smile on your face. It's a happy type of scent. I would definitely warm this in the spring and summer. It would be great in a kid's room, or perhaps a kitchen, or even an entranceway if you want to really, pick me up on your, when you come home from work. Something like this would be really nice to smell. And I would mention that it's pretty straightforward. It's not a lot of layers. It's a pretty basic scent. Would I be repurchasing Blue Raspberry Ice? I don't think I need to pick up any extra, but I did definitely enjoy the wax that I used, and I will finish this up. And if it's in my kit, I'll be happy to warm that bar. And my family never complained, and they never gave it compliments. It was fairly good. I'm happy to see it coming back for the people that love it. That is Blue Raspberry Ice. So let's talk about our second place scent for the week. It is Black Forest Pine, dark green wax, coming in December of 2021 as a scent of the month. So on cold sniff, this is probably a medium, maybe a little bit more than medium, but about a medium. And Scentsy has put this in the woods category. I'll read you the scent description. It says, dark fir balsam, accented with peppered tangerine and an air of smoked vanilla. Now we do have access to the top, mid, and base notes. So I'll just tell you, the top notes are cool eucalyptus, pine needles, and peppered tangerine. I definitely get a lot of pine. This is a pine scent. So to me, it's pretty heavy on the pine. Do I get peppered tangerine? I don't really think so, but there's this kind of background note that I can't really pinpoint. Perhaps it's that early on. Mid notes, green apple, I don't get. Aged cedarwood, I can see that for sure. And Lush Oak Moss. I feel like I definitely get Lush Oak Moss, and I feel like it's a good little backdrop to this scent. And base notes, it says dark fir balsam. Yes. Black walnut, which I looked up. It's basically a sweet, delicate nut. It's very expensive, so I don't really know if I get that. The smoked vanilla, I thought to myself, I'm not getting any smoked vanilla, but today we're on day 3 and I'm kind of picking up a really beautiful, almost like a hint of a smoked vanilla. I would describe it as an earthy, elegant, subtle type of note. So basically to me, it's a very strong pine heavy scent, but it smells like you're walking out and you've got your pine tree, you bring it home, you set it up, it's in the tree stand, you're about to decorate it. And it's funny. And this reminded me of my home when I was growing up. And I had almost a moment where I got kind of choked up. It was very odd. Like I walked by the warmer and I just kind of got overfilled with emotion, just like I am right now, because it really did remind me of when I was a kid. We always used to get those ugly pine trees, and some of them are just homely, and those trees are really hard to decorate. A traditional pine is very hard to decorate. So you have to find big ornaments to fill in the gaps. Scent memories are a great thing. This reminded me a lot of a pine tree scent with an influence of woodland suede. And I love woodland suede, so I think that's why I liked it. So let me talk to you about performance. I put some in my open concept area. I actually have 2 bars, some I use for samples, but I put 5 cubes in my open layout. Strength and throw there was starting out at about 8 out of 10. So I have 3 warmers. And about the first 9 hours, it was very good. I could smell it no problem. It was really room filling. And then after that, it was kind of like the circumference of the throw of the warmer was getting smaller and smaller. So more like when you walked by or you got a little bit closer. So, but it was totally nice. I actually left it going overnight. And when I woke up in the morning, I could still get whiffs of it here or there, but it was hard to kind of pick up like as a really big, strong room filler on day 2. So I decided to put 3 cubes in my TV bonus room. And I put 2 in a 25-watt ceramic and 1 in an element, and it is doing very well there. Strength and throw at the beginning there was about 8 out of 10. And I'm on day 3 there. We're at about the 36-hour mark. And right now I would say it's about 4 or 5 out of 10. It's almost like it's lingering in the room, and it's very pleasant, and it's working really well there, and it almost fits the vibe of that room. So for me, I will probably warm this in December in my open layout where my artificial tree is, because fake out. Or I will warm it upstairs in that TV room because it just really excelled there and it kind of fit the vibe of that room. So I did mention before in another video, I'm not picky about pine scents. I can go with any pine, but I really do like this one. I also like Mighty Pine. I think I would like to mix those 2, but this one might be easier to get. I think this one stands a chance at returning, and I don't think Mighty Pine will, but I think both are good scents, fall and winter appropriate. Strong enough for an open layout. And I do find in big areas, these type of scents usually wear off a little faster. In saying that, they wear off faster to the addict, but to a non-Scentsy person, they can probably come in your house and still smell it. So will I be repurchasing Black Forest Pine? I only have 2 full bars and 3 cubes left, so I might actually buy another bar, but it's one that I actually hope does well and we see it come back, because this is really an emotional trigger for me, and I really did enjoy it. So that's Black Forest Pine. Okay, everyone, now we're moving to the portion of the video where I'm going to draw 6 scents. You guys are going to vote for 2 different scents by early Wednesday morning down in the YouTube comments section. And if you can't vote on YouTube videos, you can find my Instagram post. It's Patricia Gates, and put your 2 votes there. All right, I have 1 LTO that we're going to add in and 1 bring back my bar, but let's pick from the box first. It's kind of slim pickings here, so the first scent number 1 is Holly Berry Cinnamon. That's a retired scent from around 2017. Scent number 2 is Peppermint Rush, also a retired scent from about 2018. I think Holly Berry Cinnamon retired in 2018 as well, because I think it was in my first catalog. Scent number 3, Juniper Berry. This was, I think, around 2015, and I remember, I think it's one of Heidi's favorites. Scent number 4, obviously it's retired. Scent number 4 is from the Simply line, which is really, really old. This is called Simply Cinnamon. Scent number 5 is our LTO scent. It is Adventure is Out There, Up. And scent number 6 is our Bring Back My Bar Contender. These are scents that have not been covered in Tester Tuesday, but are returning in Bring Back My Bar. So I'm trying to get a jump start on some of these. So scent number 6 is a red wax. Look at that vibrancy. And I've never worn this before, and I think this is my only bar. Ambrosia. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope this video was helpful in some way. If it was, give me a thumbs up. If you're new, consider subscribing and also hit the bell if you want to be notified when I post a video. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.